When I began playing electric cello seriously, I realized that the only thing I had was a Bluetooth speaker in my house. Well, it's been a minute since then, and I can tell you I do have a proper recommendation for you. The first point of order for any electric cello player is the fact that you need to purchase a bass amp, something with size, minimum 10-inch. You can probably get away with 8-inch, but you're not going to get the full mass of the bass. Remember, your cello has relatively 2 of the strings of a bass guitar. So you need to look for a bass amplifier, not a guitar amplifier. The second factor that is quite important when it comes to shopping for an amplifier for your electric cello is finding an amplifier that is geared toward a piezo pickup. These instruments, simple piezo, polar piezo, have a piezo pickup. They're not magnetic pickups like you will have majority of your amplifiers out there for electric bass and electric guitar. So you need to find an amplifier that is designed to bring out the best sound quality of a piezo pickup guitar or bass. I cannot stress that enough because it leads us into the third and quite possibly the most important factor when it comes to shopping for the right amplifier for your electric cello, and that is coloring. If you go out there and buy yourself a Marshall amp or Fender amp, you're going to sound like a Marshall, a Fender. They have a signature sound. Those amplifiers color the sound to sound like their brands, and they're legendary for that. But they're designed for a particular type of musician that's looking for that type of sound. But if you are looking to use an impulse response on your electric cello to create the most pure sound possible, you need to then go look at the amplifiers that do the least amount of coloring. And in my opinion, the Henriksen amp, this is a Bud 10, does the job beautifully, and it does it in so many wonderful ways. So I'm going to take this, put it on the ground, and show you a little more about the features of the Henriksen Bud 10. This is the control panel of my Henriksen Bud 10. You have your typical gain control, XLR input, volume, and a 5-point EQ band. Low for your 80 hertz, which this is cello area right here, low and mid to low. So this will be primarily what we use. And then you have your mid, high, and then presence, which adds what people call air to your music. You also have built-in reverb as well, which is pretty nice if you want to add a little reverb. I usually have that off. You have a second channel right here that you can attach another cello to, or a singer, or another instrument out of the same amplifier. So that's a great option. Yet the features that really sold me on this instrument come right here. The auxiliary input, and then a little bit closer if we look, Bluetooth. So with Bluetooth, you can pair your phone, computer, tablet, and play any accompaniment that you have found online directly through your Henriksen. On the back side of your Henriksen Bud 10 amplifier, you will find a lineout, which is at 0 dB, a 6.3 millimeter 1/4-inch headphone output, something for effects loops. Here we have your tweeter toggle, and then you have an 8-ohm output for a cab if you have an extension cab, which actually I do. This only goes down to a certain depth, basically good enough for a 4-string cello. But if you have a 5-string, you need something that can go all the way down to 40 hertz. The low F is a 42 hertz, so that's just enough to hear the fundamental of your low F. And this is very simply a cab. It's powered by your other Henriksen. On the back side here, you simply plug in this to your Henriksen Bud 10 or Bud 8, whichever it is, and you will be able to finally hear the fundamental of those low strings. Thank you for watching my video today on the best amplifier for your electric cello. If you learned something, please leave a like and consider subscribing, because this is something I do on a regular basis. Not only reviewing gear for electric cellos, but also talking to luthiers, teaching music, and covering songs. Any and all things related to cello. And if you know someone who's in the market for an amplifier for their electric cello, please send them this video. And if they purchase, tell them Jonathan recommended the Henriksen. I would love for them to get a little more business. They're a very small company from Colorado, and they deserve a lot more recognition. By far, the best amplifiers for cello, hands down, in my opinion. Thank you once again for sharing your time with me here on the channel. You are blessed to have music in your life, and I hope you continue to enjoy traveling along your own journey of music discovery.